Hey everyone. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we have been doing this past week and what we plan on doing for the next 3 weeks. We have taken on changing up our diet and doing more of a carnivore, keto type of eating. And so this was brought on because my husband has ulcerative colitis, and we had just found that out at the end of last year. And his flare was super bad, and it ended us up in the emergency room. So I knew we just had to get through the holidays and get over all that. And then at the beginning of the year, we would have to buckle down and really try something different and try something new, so that he wouldn't be having flare-ups and stuff. So I really wanted to take y'all along on the first week or so, and I tried to video as many meals as I could, and it has been very interesting. We started out last Saturday. Today is Saturday, so it's been a whole week of eating very differently. And we started out as just carnivore for the first probably 2 days. And it was really, really hard, guys. Really hard. Coming off of holidays, tons of carbs, tons of sugar. So we decided, I think it was maybe Monday, that we would do more of a ketovore so that we could have a little bit more options. Even by Sunday, we were kind of just sick and tired of meat already. And so we added in some berries, some avocados, just some veggies here and there. And I think the only fruit that either one of us has had is a couple of strawberries and half of a banana. Because I know when you go to keto, you have to stay under a certain amount of carbs. So we didn't want to jump too far into the whole fruit and stuff yet, because we are treating this as an elimination diet to see what our bodies can handle and what they can't. We've also eliminated coffee, and I've tried to limit dairy. I don't take in as much dairy as I usually do, just to see what is kind of bothering us. But we have had some really great results. My husband's sleep has already improved. I've lost 6 pounds and tons of inflammation already. And I finally am feeling better. We've also been sick this past week. So what a great time to jump in on something new whenever you're not feeling great. So since we are not drinking coffee, we are drinking mainly just water. I have been putting electrolytes in my water. I feel like that definitely helps me. And Josh, not so much. He does not like the taste of them, which is fine. He seems to be doing fine without adding electrolytes right now, especially since he's more of keto than carnivore right now, which is fine. We are just really trying whatever works best for our bodies right now. And he has been drinking some banana, strawberry, so half of a banana with some strawberries, and then we'll blend it all up with some water, and then I put a little bit of coconut oil in there, and he drinks that in place of his morning coffee. He definitely likes the routine of having something to drink in the morning, and so since we have eliminated coffee for a little while, he has been doing that, and that has really helped keep him full, as well as eating 3 or 4 eggs every morning. We have drank some herbal tea, especially while we were sick, but that was only a couple times. And then I drank unsweet tea the other night, and that's about it. I've been drinking so much water. I try not to give myself a goal of how much to drink. I just drink because I'm thirsty, and I actually calculated up the other day, and I've been drinking close to a gallon and then sometimes over a gallon. So it just depends on the day and how thirsty I am, but my water intake has really increased, and I feel like that has really helped me overall. And I can already feel like there's a turning point in this already for my energy and stuff. And so I'm really excited for next week and to see how that all goes. And hopefully all this congestion will be completely gone by then.
This was day 1, and we ended up having scrambled eggs with some salt, and I fried up a pack of bacon. I've been saving the bacon grease to cook with, and it is so good. For lunch, I just cooked up some burger patties, and we had some cheese on top. For dinner, I cooked up some fried eggs, and I had made a roast earlier that day, so we had some of that. And then the kids had some avocado with theirs. This morning, I decided to do some scrambled eggs with some leftover sausage that I had made up. And I had used some of that sausage for the burger patties, so I try to use everything all up before I make too much more. I've been adding butter on top of my eggs just to try to incorporate as much fat as possible. For lunch, I cooked up some pork chops in the crock pot, and they had been cooking for a good while that day, so we ate a later lunch. I've also been drinking some sparkling water, and then the kids, I made up some riced broccoli for them. This is the third morning, so the third breakfast, and we decided that we wanted to have something a little different, so I was making up some omelets, and I also added in some of the leftover sausage. The sausage that I'd made up really lasted a while, with some cheese, and then we topped it off with some salsa at the very end. I wasn't very hungry on this day, so I just made the boys a little snack plate with cheese, some pickles, some grapes, and leftover roast. And then I snacked on the leftover roast. Dinner was very good. I made up some salmon and put some shrimp on the skillet. Everyone loved it. Breakfast was super simple with just an egg scramble with sausage. And then I did add a cup of milk that morning to see how I could tolerate it. Lunch was another little snack plate with cheese, pickles, grapes, and bacon this time. And I ended up eating just bacon for lunch today. Dinner tonight was a little different. We were all craving some vegetables, so I made up a sausage and spaghetti squash, like a Cajun skillet, and it was really good. But the boys were really wanting a snack, so I made them up a banana, strawberry, and milk smoothie. This morning I tried out some egg muffins in my new cupcake pan that I had gotten for Christmas. I had found some egg life wraps at our discount store for really cheap, and I wanted to try them out, so we made some tacos and quesadillas for lunch. And then we loved them so much that we had tacos again for dinner, and they are so good. So I forgot to record breakfast this morning, but it was definitely some type of egg something. But for lunch, we wanted to try out these new hot dogs that we had also found at the discount store, They are by Applegate, and they're beef hot dogs. I haven't had hot dogs in a very, very long time, and these were absolutely delicious. My boys love them. They will definitely have to have them again. I bought quite a few packs. I wanted to make some barbecued chicken, so I put a bunch of chicken legs in the crock pot and let them cook all day. And then I had found this paleo barbecue sauce at the discount store a while ago and just tried it. It did have some like yeast extract and some stevia, so not like super carnivore. So the next day for lunch, we ended up eating the barbecue shredded chicken with some avocado in the egg life wraps. And it was so, so good.
So we are not super strict on this diet. I think we've both had one cheat meal this week, but we are still seeing really good results. And we're already kind of finding out what foods don't really do well for us. So my husband had a cheat meal that was loaded down with tons of carbs. It was from Olive Garden, and right after he ate it, he was like, I'm super tired. The next day he started getting really anxious and still really tired, and he was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. So we're already getting clued into certain foods that affect us, that affect our moods and stuff. I had a cheat meal last night, and I think it was a few French fries and then a cheesecake. And I was really full, but I did not wake up bloated, and I actually woke up feeling pretty good. So I'm not saying I'm gonna go out and eat like cheesecake and fries every day or even every week, but it's really good to know that certain things might not bother us as much as others. It's still an elimination diet overall, and we're still going to keep going for these 3 weeks. We might add in coffee after this second week. We're still debating because we are feeling pretty good. And honestly, I don't know whether to call this like Ketovore or Keto, or really, I'm not really worried about the name per se as much as what we're eating and how we feel with what we eat. So that is just this little journey that I would like to document, and I will be posting if anyone is interested to watch it. The last couple of days, I have started intermittent fasting for about 16 hours. And honestly, it just kind of came naturally because I'm so full eating this way. Tons of protein and tons of fat. I've only been eating maybe 3 meals at max. Usually no snacking, and most days I will eat just 2 meals and a very light lunch. So like breakfast would be pretty big and dinner's kind of big, but lunch is very little to nothing. And I definitely found out the reason why you do not increase your fat intake quickly. That should be done very slowly. Each day maybe increase it. I kind of accidentally had a lot of fat one day, and I got so sick that night. I've had a little bit of digestive issues, but I think that is just because of just a new way of eating, and my body will have to get used to it. But I'm really excited about how well this has gone. And if anyone has already done keto or carnivore before, Ketovore, please let me know how that is working out for you. But for us, it has worked out really well. Like I said, I have lost 6 pounds in 7 days, and I feel pretty good overall. I think that this is the best I've felt this last day or so, I felt my best because our sickness is gone, for one, and I feel like just trying to get through the cravings and the newness of it, just really, I was struggling, and I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to stay on it, but we did, and we have pushed through. And Josh right now, I think, is more on like the keto side of it, and is having a bit more vegetables and maybe some nuts and stuff. But this is a huge, drastic change for our family and our diet, and the kids are on board as well. I do not limit their fruit intake, so I guess technically they're not really on keto or anything like that, but they have had no carbs outside of fruit, no processed foods, so it's been really, really interesting, and they have been eating a ton. I think I will probably have to up their protein intake this week just to try to keep them a little fuller. But they eat a lot of protein. Like when we eat our meals, they eat those. Overall, I think that this diet is going to be really, really good for everyone in our family. And like I said, I will document the next couple weeks and see how it goes and let y'all know any changes or any updates. And I really enjoy seeing what other people are eating on these types of diets, and just to get inspiration, ideas. Unfortunately, this week was very kind of boring because I really just didn't know what to make. I have tried the carnivore, ketovore, and fasting before, like the beginning of last year, I think it was. But unfortunately, that was at the same time that we were moving, so that was a bit rough. And I fell off the wagon, but I really think that we can stick to this and it be sustainable. Probably add back in a few things, and eventually, if we're okay with some rice here and there or something like that, then I'm okay with doing that as well. I'm trying not to be like an extremist. I think that the biggest problem for me is that I am an extremist, and I like all or nothing type things, and so I have to be very careful with that because that can ultimately set me up for failure. So whenever I end up not eating like just full carnivore, and I'm like, oh, I failed, let's just give up. Well, no, that is not the right attitude to have at all. And sometimes you just have to tweak what you're eating and stuff. Everyone is very different, and everyone reacts very differently to different foods and different diets and stuff. So I would totally recommend people try this out. This is week 1 for us. We have at least 3 more weeks. But if I'm losing weight like this throughout the next couple weeks, I will probably continue for a few months, honestly, because I really have a weight loss goal in mind that I would really like to hit this year. So thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe and watch out for our next videos on eating keto and ketovore.